it's part way through my recovery week. It's Thursday, and so I've done 2 fasting days, Monday and Wednesday. Thursday morning, I'm going to do a little sort of health check really on every Thursday morning, just double check that I'm recovering okay and that everything's going okay. Check the weight this morning, not a huge amount of change from last week, which is okay because I'm not training as much. I've only done 1 run so far this week. Did my blood pressure, which was 121/78, so that's absolutely fine. Also checked my blood glucose levels, which is a fasted blood glucose because yesterday was a fasting day, and that was 5.5 millimoles, which is good for me, particularly as somebody that's been pre-diabetic before. That shows that I'm in the good zone there, and also quite a high hematocrit level of 48%. Which is also quite reassuring that my blood the oxygen levels in my blood are doing okay. And also I've noticed a really good drop in my resting heart rate. So low, like 40 to 45, that I've double checked it with both my heart rate strap and also my Phoenix, because I'm not 100% certain about the wrist-based heart rate monitors. I know that they're a little bit unreliable when you're doing sort of harder intervals. I know they're much more reliable at kind of lower intensities, and obviously if you're resting heart rate, it's very low intensity, but kind of when it's registering kind of like 40 to 45 as a resting heart rate, I thought it was just a little bit too low, so I've also put my heart rate strap on and it's showing the same thing, so that's very reassuring. Very low, and shows that obviously the fitness is improving a lot. I'm going to go out for a run after I've got 1 more lecture this morning. I'm going to go out for a run before lunch to do the 5k challenge that that Messy Happy put up. They're a YouTube channel, put a link here actually, to their YouTube channel about these kind of run challenges that they've set some YouTube triathletes, and I just thought I'd jump on this and try it out. So I'm going to go and do the 5k challenge in a minute, and I will do that, film a bit of it and explain what I'm doing after I've done it. A bloody great big cynic. Right, so I've done a nice easy warm-up, and because I'm a musician, I've gaffer taped my Garmin and set it so that next time I hit the lap button down here, it should start measuring my time, but I won't be able to see it. I'm gonna get all my excuses in now. It's Thursday morning, so I fasted yesterday, I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm injured, my heel still hurts, and I'm not supposed to be focusing on running anyway, so I'm going to take it really easy. But this, the nice thing about this is it's not about trying to run a fast pace, but trying to run a consistent pace. So I have no idea what's going to happen. As soon as I hit that lap button, I'm going to run a course that I know is about 5k. I'm assuming my Garmin will bleep at me every kilometre, so I just got to pay attention to making sure that I hear that bleep for 5 times before I stop. But I've got a course that I know is roughly 5k, so I'll do my best to try and stick to that, and then we'll have a look at the results when we get back. So I've done about 3.5k, just trying to make sure I incrementally work just a touch harder. I've literally no idea how I'm getting on. Okay, inside the last k, still no clue. Done. Just done. So it says 6.16 on there because I did the warm-up, but to get back, get this on Garmin Connect and just see how dreadful it was. Be interested to know how I gauge the fact that obviously I was fasted. I was thinking to myself that I probably needed to work just a touch harder than if I was really well fueled, but yeah, I literally have no idea at all. Disaster, I'd imagine. So I've got the numbers here from that 5k run. So first kilometre I ran 6:01, so that was my benchmark. I had to base everything else off of that. Then I ran a 6:06, and then a 5:59, then another 5:59, and then a 5:41, which is where I blew it really, because I'd actually done all right up until then. So The difference between 6:01 to 6:06 is 5 points, because 5 seconds difference. Only 2 points for the next 2 kilometres, because I ran a 5:59 and my benchmark was 6:01, so that was pretty consistent. And then I blew it with the last one with 20 points I blew, running a 5:41 at the end, which is a bit strange. You know, I really didn't know where I was at with that run. It felt really unusual, kind of running fasted like that, but also kind of just completely blind and feeling for it. I felt like that last one was probably, you know, bang on really. That's what it felt like it should have been, but clearly it was 20 seconds quicker. Very strange experience. Anyway, let's do an FTP test. So, Sunday afternoon, it's cold, it's so cold. I did my FTP test this morning, that came in alright, 294 watts, and at my new weight that works out to be about 2.8 watts per kilo, so that's pretty good going for one cycle of 4 weeks. And I thought I'd come out this afternoon and do another one of those run challenges. So this one is called a Vo2 Maxxer, and it's pretty straightforward. You do 4 1k efforts with 4-minute recovery. And those 4 1Ks are supposed to be the same pace, every single one of them. Now they're supposed to be 5k pace or higher, and I'm not capable of running 5k pace, and actually at the moment I don't even know what my 5k pace is, so I'm just going to run them fairly hard. I don't want to put myself in a position where I can't train next week because my heel will be so bad, but we'll see how we get on. It's always good fun this, so let's crack on. Interval 1 done, 4 minutes recovery. Keep an ear open for the Garmin because I haven't got any visual reminders because it's gaffered up as per the rules. 2 of 4 done, 2 to go. Oh, that's the 3rd one done. Feeling that, you know, like when you're trying to work harder but you've got a horrible feeling you're getting slower. That, exactly that. Anyway, 1 more to go. Last one, number 4. Well, so that's all 4 done. That was peculiar. 2nd and 4th ones just felt so much harder than the 1st and 3rd ones. And yet it's pan flat this run. Literally picked it so that it was dead flat. But each and every single one of those felt different. 1 and 3 felt like I was kind of cruising. I don't think there's much of a wind. What wind there is cold, but essentially get back and have a look and see what the score is. I don't expect much from that. I think I'm going to be well behind. 2 out of 5 of the challenges done. But anyway, good stretch and get cooled down. It was nice to run fast. I haven't done that for a long time, where I felt not fast, but fast for me, because I'm so worried about my heel, and running fast obviously overstretches to travel further per stride. So I think a good stretch is going to be in order. We'll see how that pans out. So I've got those numbers for those 4 1k efforts now. So I ran a 5:07 for the first one, and then a 5:10, and then 4:53, and then 5:10 again. Now, a couple of interesting things with that. Obviously, 5:07 was my benchmark. The next one I ran at 5:10, so that's only 3 seconds out, 3 points. But then the third one, I was 14 seconds out quicker, so that had a big impact. And then back to 5:10 again. So I was bang on right that my slowest, hardest efforts were the 2nd and 4th ones. Definitely felt like that, but only by a few seconds off of my first benchmark one. It's just that one kilometre again. I did this in the 5k run. There was 1 kilometre that I blew completely, and it was the last kilometre in the 5k run, and with this one it was the third one where I knocked off 14 seconds. So for the first run test that I did, that was 29 points that I lost or gained, however you want to look at it, and for the second one 20. So with 2 challenges down, I'm a full 49 points out of the possible 0, which is to get the goal is to get no points at all. 49. I have to see how I get on next week with the final 3 challenges. But anyway, that was a good rest week. I really enjoyed that. I properly rested, really recovered. I'm raring to go for this next following week to build again over the next 3 weeks. FTP test means that the bike sessions are going to get harder, which is always a problem when when your numbers go up. It's great for a couple of minutes because you go, great, I've got higher FTP, and then you go, now I've got to be able to try and ride at those levels. But there we are. Got to keep the weight coming down. My next goal weight wise, try and get myself under 100 kilos by the end of February, and kind of make that sustainable. So it should be all right, kind of easing off just a little bit on the intensity of losing that weight, and see how this following week goes. And that's about it really for this week. So apologies for the kind of slightly spooky lighting. It's just that I'm cramped into the corner of my my shed. It's so cold in here. It's 9 degrees, and I've got my coat and everything on, and I'm huddled around my radiator in the corner. So apologies for the slightly Halloween style lighting. But anyway, have a good week. More intensity for me. Try and recoup what I can out of the rest week, and just keep plodding on with this. Progress is going really well. I'm feeling pretty up for getting stuck back in and starting to build over the next 3 weeks. Have a good week. See you in week 143 or something. Have a good week. Ta-ra.